If your hen lays eggs regularly, sometimes they'll have a little teeny blood spot in there. Do you think that means it's fertilized? Will you eat that egg if you see a little tiny blood spot in there? We'll talk about that in this video, so stay tuned. Blood spots in eggs are not a sign that the egg is fertilized. In fact, fertilization and blood spots are unrelated. A blood spot happens when a tiny blood vessel in the hen's ovary or oviduct ruptures during the egg-laying process. It's very similar to a bruise on fruit, harmless and natural. These spots are more common in fresh eggs and in younger hens, whose reproductive systems are still maturing. Over time, they usually occur less frequently, but even healthy mature hens can lay an egg with a blood spot every now and then. This fresh egg I just cracked open doesn't have a blood spot. Now let's talk about fertilized versus unfertilized eggs. A fertilized egg requires one important ingredient, a rooster. If there's no rooster in the flock, the eggs will never be fertilized, even if there are blood spots. And even in a flock with a rooster, most fertilized eggs look identical to unfertilized ones unless you incubate them. A fertilized egg must be kept at the right temperature and humidity for several days before embryo development begins. Just sitting on your kitchen counter or in the fridge, a fertilized egg will never start growing into a chick. So what should you do when you crack open an egg and see a blood spot? You can either remove it with the tip of a knife or simply cook it as it is. It's perfectly safe to eat. It might not be the most visually appealing, but it poses absolutely no health risk. In fact, in commercial egg production, blood-spotted eggs are often caught by a candling process and discarded for cosmetic reasons, but in backyard flocks, they're normal and nothing to worry about. You may also find that blood spots are more visible in brown eggs because the shells are darker and it's harder to spot imperfections during candling. So backyard chicken keepers with brown egg-laying breeds might see them more often, not because anything is wrong, but simply because they're not being filtered out. Also, remember this, the freshness of an egg makes blood spots more likely to be seen. Eggs you collect and eat the same day are less likely to have had time for the blood to break down or fade, which is why people who raise backyard chickens see this more often than people buying store-bought eggs. And one more thing you might not know is that blood spots actually indicate that the egg is very fresh. As the egg ages, those spots fade or disappear entirely. So spotting one is often a sign you're getting a truly farm-fresh egg straight from the source. In short, blood spots don't mean an egg is fertilized, and they're completely safe to eat. They're just part of a natural process. No need to panic or throw them away. Let us know in the comments below if you yourself eat eggs and when you see a tiny blood spot in there. We'd be interested to know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.